On today's pod, Kendall Jenner bangs another basketball player, LeBron is accused of infidelity, and murder hornets are coming for you and your family. Let's get rocking.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
No, I'm surrounded by assholes.
I award you no point.
Wow. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Hiya, and welcome to Pool Boy Radio. It is Sunday, May 3rd. I'm Henry O'Shea, joined as always by the big man himself, Jack O'Shea.
Yup.
How we doing?
Doing good. It's Sunday, but it does sound like a broken record, but it doesn't feel like a Sunday. It feels like every other day that it's been.
I went to Chick-fil-A pretty pumped this morning.
I was
pretty jacked.
I would say that.
About it.
I'd say a majority of the times, over 50% of the time I go to Chick-fil-A is Sunday. And
it's just a day for delicious fried chicken.
I don't exactly, and it's like
if you're gonna have a cheat day, you know what I mean? Like if Chick-fil-A is your cheat, like there's probably no. I think it's Chick-fil-A is in my mind hands down the best fast food there is now. Like nothing even comes close.
I'm blocking it, but we have Chick-fil-A bags all over here. Michaela and I, we
it's
went
just
from
so
eating a ton
good.
of Domino's to now we eat a ton of Chick-fil-A.
I mean, it's just so good.
Yeah,
but I went real pumped. I was like, I'm gonna get my nugs. And then halfway there, I was like, screw it. I'm getting a sandwich. They got gluten-free buns now. It's going to be a breakfast and a lunch, or a lunch and a dinner.
And it's very, very friendly service.
It's
like above and beyond to the point where...
Why doesn't everyone manage like that? I don't understand how one company can do that, and you go to Burger King and they're like spitting on your pickles.
It makes no sense, because it's like if I was Burger King or McDonald's or anybody, which let's take away Burger King, because who the fuck goes to Burger King?
I stopped going to Burger King because you would go, like in college we'd go and you try to order it, and the guy's like having a conversation. He's like, give me a minute.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Give me my burger,
and it's
bro.
Like the guy's got better things to do than make me my food. And it's like, I get that. That's fine. I'm sure you do. But now I'm going to take my business elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to take my business elsewhere down the street to Chick-fil-A.
But like, if I was one of those guys, I would infiltrate Chick-fil-A and be like, what are they doing?
You got to send in a spy. You got to send in somebody to Chick-fil-A, go through their entire program. What is different? You know what I mean? Is it just pay? Do they just pay people more? You know, like In-N-Out managers make like $100,000 a year or something. There's that stat.
Yeah, that must be it.
In-N-Out managers like
I was
make
gonna say,
like
are
pretty
they
good
just
money.
paying their people a living wage?
I don't know. I think they're spending more money on the food quality. I don't know. At a certain point, Jack, these margins.
At a certain point, it's like they should be out of business.
They should be.
For the quality, and at those prices, they should be out of business.
Aren't they
They're
also
the Michael Scott Paper Company?
Aren't they? They're very Michael Scott Paper Company. Aren't they also? It's like if you walk in and you're like, I don't have any money. Aren't they like, well, we're going to give it to you because they're all charitable and stuff?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure if you don't have enough money, they're like, take it.
All I know is that every time I go, not every time, the majority of times I go, it is a Sunday, and it reminds me that it's Sunday because I go and I'm like, fuck yeah, Chick-fil-A. So it makes me think if they were Jews.
Yeah, if they were Jews.
Say they were closed on the Sabbath on Saturday. I feel like that is the better business model, just because Sunday is for chicken for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I want it then.
I really want it then.
They also have the sauce game down.
There's also just nothing like Chick-fil-A. Like I went to Chick-fil-A and it was closed, and I was like, what's the quick substitute?
Yeah.
There is none. Like nuggets from McDonald's, which are amazing, but it's just different. It's just a different ballgame. We don't live anywhere near a Popeyes, and I'm not a Popeyes fan. But anyways, Sunday, Chick-fil-A's closed, FYI. Let's get rocking and rolling. We got a new bit of a new format, which is no format.
Yeah.
No winners, no losers. We're tired of them. Get them out of here. It's boring. So we're just going to talk about shit. And
we're just going to talk about shit.
We'll see how it goes.
We're going to talk about shit, and if you guys don't like it, we might change
Tell
it.
us.
But,
let us know.
I was going to be real tough. I was like, but honestly, if you guys really don't like it,
let us know. It's going to be the same fucking thing.
We could change it.
It's going to be the same fucking thing. Murder hornets.
So
have you heard about murder hornets? Of course you have, because we're big flying insect guys. And by we're not pro. We're very anti-flying insects.
I want them all dead.
But like I feel like we keep up to date on any info, any mosquitoes with malaria, any bees, ran away from a beehive.
I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened. The bees are dying and it's important or something like that. But I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, everybody became just like a bee lover over the past 5 years, and it is leaving me really alone in the hey, let's exterminate all the bees camp.
Well, you might get your wish. These murder hornets.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I don't want. That's
Not quite the replacement you're looking
no,
for.
Henry. That is like there's got to be some movie where they create something to kill something else, and it's like, oh, the thing they created is there's like half. That's like half.
I feel like that's a lot of movies.
Most movies is like you make
most movies. Yeah,
and
Frankenstein.
Is it Frankenstein?
Not actually Frankenstein, but you would call it Frankenstein, and
It's sort of like a. It's sort of
You know
like
what
a
it is?
Godzilla type.
bingo, it's Godzilla. They wake up the 3-headed dragon guy.
Yes.
and it's like, what are you doing?
And it's like now Godzilla. So
Now that's the apex predator.
So Godzilla is the bees in this, and the murder hornet is the 3-headed dragon in this. I don't want it this way. I want it in. I want to find another animal, a friendly animal, bug. Bugs are animals, I think. A friendly bug,
Like a ladybug.
who can make the honey at reasonable prices.
Yes, ladybugs could make honey. Can you even imagine?
Yes, and isn't even giving me the lip.
Yeah.
Because the bees are always they got the tood.
Here's my thing. I think bees, hornets, wasps, long time have been extremely disrespected by humankind. I don't think we are taking them seriously enough. I don't think we've ever taken them seriously enough. Think about a beekeeper, Jack. What a beekeeper wears? A beekeeper wears more crazy shit than like a guy walking into like an alligator den. You know what I mean? Because it's like you walk in an alligator den, you at least you see your opponent. So it's like I got quick feet. I know it can't move like its hips very well. I can stay out. Beekeeper, it's like I'm in a fucking big mosquito net. Like this is you can't fend them off.
No.
They are like, you know what I mean? And so if they were deadly, it'd be like everyone, whereas probably humans are spending our lives trying to kill these bees or stay away from them if they were that dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's here now, Jack.
Yeah.
These murder hornets.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, murder hornet's such an American name. There's no way that's a translation. I think that was a marketing ploy by Big Hornet or something.
It sounds like a movie on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes, it does.
Murder hornets versus giant octopus.
Yes, it does.
Man.
So I'm going to go through these murder hornets a little bit because for a second, they're scary, dude. So murder hornets are in the U.S. now. They're from Asia. They're called giant Asian murder hornets.
Asia.
I know. Seriously. Another thing. Anyways.
Just
you know what I mean?
Another thing.
Just the cherry on top. Murder hornets. Way to go. But they're now here in North America for the first time. First spotted in Washington this past fall. And then there's this big effort to eradicate them before they wipe out our entire bee population. Mm-hmm. Which even then, they're going for their brothers. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Like these guys, they don't fuck around. They'll kill their mother. They'll kill their father. You know what I mean?
The father, they'll kill them all.
There's no sense of family with these guys. They're going at their little brothers. But so the report says the giant Asian hornets tear up entire bee colonies by decapitating their heads with their jaws and feeding the thoraxes to their young. Already, I'm going a little intense. Cool at murder hornets.
Take it easy, hornets.
I also, whenever this happens, I go, how do we know that? How do we know the rip it? What does a bee thorax look like? How fucking small is that?
I mean,
Like, what microscopes are we watching these bee hornet wars?
You ever wonder how they know like what an atom looks like, what a cell looks
I
like?
do wonder that.
I always wonder because and then they
bullshit. Like,
well, they always show. Because I remember it was like there was like in high school in biology or something. They showed the cells, and you look through them, and you have a good time, and you're looking through the microscope, and you see the cells and whatnot. And I remember just thinking like, how are you getting all of this? How are you getting the mitochondria from this?
yeah, I'm seeing something.
Thing?
I'm seeing something. I'm not seeing all that jazz you're talking about.
Granted, my eyes aren't so good, Henry.
No, they're not.
But I mean, you got to be fucking Johnny McGlasses to be able to see that stuff.
I think this is another play by, whatever power is at B trying to intimidate us, get us a little more scared so that more people address not that we need another reason to address the murder hornet situation, but you throw out the word thorax and feeding a thorax. I mean, these are throat rips. They're roadhouse throat ripping bees and feeding them to their children. Like,
it is pretty crazy how much like just the fact that they're killing their brothers.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Like that is so metal.
it's like you got bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. God, dude, what is this movie that this is exactly like?
It sounds like we're talking about a movie.
It sounds just like a movie, but it's not.
If it was a good movie, we would think of it.
Yeah.
So. But anyways, murder hornets kill about 50 people a year.
Mm-hmm.
Their potent venom has been described as hot metal driving through people's skin.
And
they're 2 inches long.
I don't like the sound of that, but at the same time, too,
I think that's an overstatement.
I think it's an overstatement. And I think it's also like, oh, that's what they all feel like.
Yeah.
In a way.
I want to see a picture of someone who was killed by the murder hornet. Like, are these tracker jackers from Hunger Games?
I want to
Like,
talk
is
to
it like
guy.
that? Where like like in Hunger Games, you get stung by those wasps, and it's like you look like you got fucking leprosy now. Like you're the girl from Willy Wonka where you're blown up. You know what I mean? Like what are the bodies? I want to see.
I also just want to know how absolutely vicious they are, because out of nowhere we have wasps in our front yard now, Hen, and they freak us the fuck out. And there was a wasp in our house, and
It was a whole thing. We had a wasp in our house.
it was a whole ordeal. I got dressed up like I was a beekeeper.
What's funny is I'm allergic, and I guess I just wasn't really going near it. But you got dressed. You were socks on the hands, hoodie,
Because I had to kill
swimming goggles.
because Henry.
I thought you were gonna break our window.
Well, yeah. So the quick story. So the wasp went to the window, and the wasp is on the window.
Great hiding spot for any bug.
Yes.
Any bug that it's gonna take that you, like knows that you got to really give it a punch.
Yeah.
Go in the window. 50-50 chance this person's breaking their window. Is it worth it to kill you?
I got my shoe, and it's like a '90s style sneaker, so
Yeah.
it's heavy. It's a lot of ankles.
Got some
support.
weight to it.
We don't really wear it anymore, but 90s style sneaker, and there's a wasp there, and it was like, I can't hit it on the window because I'm gonna panic and I'm gonna break the fucking window. And you know what that does, Henry?
More wasps.
More wasps. It's
Another
just,
doorway.
Hey,
for the
here's a
wasps.
new portal for you. It's gonna be like the fucking Avengers.
Yeah.
When Thanos' army is just like, we're all gonna go through that portal until Iron Man does his thing.
And Doctor Strange goes strange.
So I got all dressed up because it was like, you're allergic to these guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one who kills it. That's why I suited up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also very afraid of them.
Well, I'm afraid of anything that can fly and that's trying to cause me harm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Can you imagine if pterodactyls were can you imagine?
thank God.
I'd be less scared of those because
Humankind does not. We don't consider how lucky we are that like fucking hawks aren't going at us consistently.
Yeah.
Because like every now and then you see a video, it's like a hawk came and swooped up this fucking kid.
Oh, I got a question for you. So in a show that I did this week, one of the questions was I did a show where it was basically like, here's fake news and here's like real news. Guess which one is the fake news?
Yeah.
One of the real news things was a couple got stuck inside their house for 6 days because every time they left, a pack of seagulls would attack them. My question to you is, how many days do you stay inside the house?
Well, my thing, Jack, is we don't own any guns that the government knows about. You know what I mean? We don't have like
I got a couple puppies right here.
you got these seagulls coming at you. In your mind, it's like stupid seagulls. They're coming at you from below, from above, from the side. Like I don't think they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kick the shit out of you. Like you can't swing it around. I don't know how much luck you're having. Like unless you're really like great hand-eye and you can be grabbing these things by the neck and kind of pelting them.
Yeah.
Like even seagulls, I know they're not that like scary. There's enough of them. What are you supposed to do? You ever seen the movie Birds? It's like fucking hummingbirds killing people.
I think I'm figuring out a way to get out of there within an hour. You can't live like that.
No, I'm getting out of there, but like I don't know how I just beat those seagulls.
I'm more afraid though, I think, of wasps than I would be of pterodactyl, because you can reason with the pterodactyl.
You also will see it coming.
Exactly.
You know
And
what I
like,
mean?
like that's the issue with like the wasps, because we have wasps outside and we'll be hanging outside, playing Sudoku and gin and whatnot, and because it's really fun. We're trying to get some sun. It's fun in the sun, and we're hanging out there, and there's a wasp, and the wasp will land like a little bit away from us. I can't tell if that thing's fucking looking at me.
Yeah.
I can't tell if he's upset. I have no idea what it wants. A pterodactyl, I know where it's looking.
A little bit
I
of communication,
I
whether or not it's intentional or not.
I can generally tell if I'm in its territory.
yeah.
Wasps, no fucking clue.
And I don't know how many buddies they have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got to assume that they got guys around.
Yeah.
But you never see like a group of wasps flying together. You just got to know
Dude, they're like
they're creating a perimeter.
They're like a biker gang, dude. Nobody's riding solo. It's just you are always with your boys.
And I think these murder hornets are pack animals or whatever, swarm animals. I'm sure I've told this story on the pod before, but when I was in high school, we had these we had people who kept bees, I guess. And one day it was like the bees got out. It was like this whole beekeeper thing, they got out.
Ooh.
And everyone was like, "Oh, that's scary," but like whatever, it's just bees. And I was like, "I'm allergic. I'm not going outside."
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Ha ha ha!" I was like, "This isn't funny. We got a swarm of bees flying around."
There's
Couple to the jugular. Goodbye, Henry.
I was always the one who was armed with the EpiPen whenever we were at like different practices and stuff.
Yeah.
With the knowledge that if you got stung, I'd have to do it.
I always had people really be like, "Can I do the EpiPen thing?"
Yeah. It's like, no.
You're not going to want to do it when you need to do it.
No.
It's not a sexy thing.
No.
It's not.
And that's why Mom knows I'm afraid of needles, but she also knows I'm the man for the fucking job, because when there's 5 seconds left, you give me the fucking ball.
Pop question. If I needed an EpiPen, where do you administer it in my body?
Leg, thigh.
Nice.
Sup?
Most people say heart. Don't put it in my heart.
This isn't Pulp Fiction, guys.
I will die.
Also, brother Adam Gurley said seagulls and pigeons can't kill wasps or bees. Why do we have them? Would you get rid of every seagull and pigeon if you could?
I think seagulls are kind of funny.
I was going to say
Pooping on people.
They remind me of the beach.
Yeah, pooping on people, and then anything reminding me of the beach.
What do pigeons remind you of? What do you think of when you think pigeons?
That place in Italy that I've never been.
I think it's Central Park.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Home Alone 2?
Probably. Pigeon Lady's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything Home Alone's going to teach you in the first and the second one, creepy, weird old people, befriend them.
Yeah.
They're actually really nice, and they'll care about you, and
Yeah.
they're good people.
They're good. They're good eggs.
They're good people.
Yeah.
And then lastly with the murder hornets, so they're like, okay, this is really bad, but the good news is that entomologists, okay, assume those are bee doctors, and other experts working on the issue have been setting up homemade hornet traps in hopes of keeping the population at bay. And they've also created a grid of where they think the hornets are. Now, Jack, I do not endorse this plan.
Why?
Homemade traps? We fucking kidding? We don't have what? We don't have raccoons. These aren't fucking foxes.
I want professional grade traps.
What are we talking about?
Here's my question to you too.
Are all the hornets at the entomologist's house?
If there were hornet traps that we could purchase, would you get one? Would you want them here?
So I actually know what a hornet trap looks like.
What does it look like?
So last summer when I was at the lake, we had these massive hornets.
It's just like a bee with like big old titties. It's just like, hey. Yeah.
Come here.
Yo.
It's a beehive with like a club sign outside, being like naked bees. Like, come on in.
Live nude bees.
Live nude bees.
We're always going.
But we had hornets at what's called at the lake last summer, and they were big and fucking scary. And that's why I was like, fuck, were those murder hornets? But I don't think they were. You set up like a little cage that they can fly into, and then you like have a bright light at night because they're attracted to the light, and then it's all sticky shit. So they come in and get stuck. And
I like that.
I like sticky shit. We need more than sticky shit. You know what I mean?
What else could there be? Poisons? Are you thinking poisons?
Honestly, Jack, I don't know. I'm thinking some sort of technology that we are not even aware of. Maybe like we have like, like in Richie Rich when he has the flying bee. Maybe we have an army of those. I just don't know. I think the U.S. government needs to, reach into their pocket and pull out something that they've been saving. It's time to bring it out.
I might order right now during the podcast. I might order the bug assault gun.
Bug assaults are awesome. It's like a Nerf gun that shoots salt and just kicks the shit out of bugs.
It's like a shotgun, but the pellets are salt, and you if there's a bug near you, you shoot it, and it's like a shotgun for little bugs.
It really works.
And they just drop out of the sky.
It really works. We got one of those rackets that
zaps you.
I got zapped by it the other day.
Yeah,
it works.
You touched it.
Well, I want to see if it worked. I wasn't sure.
But then you acted like you wanted to see if it worked, but then you acted like, whoa.
Yeah, I was shocked.
It shocks you.
I was shocked by the shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with these guys.
We got the fuck out of that spider though.
Everyone, watch out! Murder hornets are coming. Moving on. Speaking of horn dogs, no. LeBron.
Space Jam.
LeBron was accused of cheating on his wife this week, which doesn't happen a lot, shockingly.
Well, because he keeps his shit together.
He really keeps his shit together, and then we're gonna go through whether or not we think that LeBron has ever cheated on his wife, or how often he does, and with how many women or men. Who knows? So the wife of a Broncos tight end, Nick Vannett, took an Instagram or made an Instagram saying, "Am I the only one that's not a fan of LeBron? I guess I've never been a fan of guys that cheat on their wives, especially with," and she added this Instagram model.
How jammed up
is Nick Vannett
right
the
now?
tight end of the Broncos? If you're in
just
the sports world,
why?
Honestly, Jack.
Yeah.
Honestly, LeBron could end his career right now.
Oh yeah.
I think LeBron picks up the phone, 2-3 phone calls. LeBron's buds with Elway.
Oh yeah.
Like LeBron and Elway are chummy.
Although I don't think LeBron's a big golf guy. Like Michael Jordan was like a big golf guy.
LeBron's too big for golf. He's 6'9". Like he looks silly.
He's 3 inches taller than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has a.
But there's a big difference between 6'6", 6'9" in my mind. 6'6", like 6'5" the perfect height.
Yeah.
6'6", it's like you're a little tall. Take it easy, guy. You know what I mean? But
hey,
take it easy.
Why don't you slouch a little bit, big man?
Take it easy.
Yeah.
But you can
make
still
everybody uncomfortable.
6'9", it's like, who's the freak? Everyone point and laugh at him. You know what I mean?
Every time I pass a tall guy, I point. I just can't stop laughing.
I just laugh. I just laugh in their face. I mean, not in their faces, in their waists or whatever. I'm lined up.
Yeah,
with.
but they hear it.
They hear it. They hear it up there, tall guys.
Yeah.
But I
said, how's the weather out there, freak?
I think LeBron makes a couple calls, and the Broncos say, we don't really need this guy. Like, get your wife in line.
Hey, do you really need this guy?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Do you need him more than you need me shitting on the Broncos for the rest of my life? Like,
yeah.
LeBron's the king. He's got this power. don't come at the king unless you come heavy. So now everyone's like looking into it and doing all this like investigating. She's an Instagram model. She's hot. Whatever. People are bringing back. There's an old Nick Wright tweet. In 2010, Nick Wright tweeted, "The biggest thing I learned at the LeBron James party last night: At King James is partial to Asian women, and lots of them." Not
What
a
are you
cool tweet.
doing,
Not
Nick?
a cool tweet, Nick Wright.
Nick.
So now this girl's half Asian, and people are trying to put those pieces together. I choose to believe that LeBron is a smart and powerful enough guy. This isn't going to happen. I'm a big there are certain theories out there that's like LeBron cheated on his wife with Beyonce or Rihanna or like I've heard Michelle Obama. Like there's a couple.
Michelle?
I believe those theories more than him picking up some random Insta model. You know what I mean?
I think he's picking up Insta models.
Really? I think there's too much. There's just too many phones, too many eyes.
From
Jack.
what I've heard,
Who are your sources?
I can't reveal my sources, Henry. You know this.
I got guys in the street, and I don't tell you my guys, so I won't ask about your guys.
And I also don't remember my sources. It might have been a guy that I worked with, or it might have been a story.
Close
I read
personal friend of
online.
LeBron James.
Or it might have been like on a Ask Reddit thread or something like that. But it was a while ago, and it was very, very trustworthy. I just remember that part of it. But LeBron, apparently, there's like the security of it is so insane. Like
So you got to take the phone, and then you got probably
like he had like there's a guy who like brings her to the elevator, and then they somebody else takes her up the elevator, and then they go in, and they knock in the room, and it's an adjoining hotel. Like it's like there's so many layers, Henry, that there's no way
they're hiding girls in suitcases.
They're hiding girls in suitcases. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how many women would say no to LeBron James.
I would say yes to LeBron James.
Between the fame,
I'd say yeah, King.
Between the fame, just the moral integrity and the character, that body,
yeah,
and just everything about me, and the 6'9" doesn't hurt. I feel like he can kind of do whatever he wants. I don't think that he's dipping this low.
Yeah.
But a lot of people believe, and maybe it's true, that he is completely faithful to his wife since he married her right out of high school.
I doubt it.
If he is faithful to her, the guy deserves a medal.
Seriously, because there's no
that's nuts.
There is no one who could. I mean, people just throwing themselves. I would throw myself at LeBron James. I'd be like, listen, Kim,
whatever you want to do to me, whatever you want me to do to you.
You've earned it.
LeBron, Brady, there's a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I'm not into men, but you're a god.
Yeah. But I am into gods.
I am into gods.
Yeah.
I would have sex with a god. So we'll keep tabs on this LeBron situation. Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Nick Vanette.
Nick Vanette's the real
is
loser
freaking
here.
out right now.
Nick Vanette is the real loser here. And I think the Instagram's still up. It's like, what are you doing? It's clearly an attention play. I almost think that maybe the girl who she added maybe asked her to do it. Because I'll tell you what, she's getting more looks and followers probably now than ever.
True. There's all press is good press.
All press is good press.
That's what
especially infidelity press.
I think Shakespeare said that.
Pretty sure he did. Moving on. Harrison Ford is back in the news. Once again, it involves a plane, and once again, it did not go right. So Harrison Ford has been flying and crashing planes for what seems like years now.
Yeah, no. He really wants to go in a plane. I mean, how many times? Probably once.
When are we
going to
take away this guy's license?
There's a thing where it's like, Harry did it again.
He like crashed on the golf course at one point. He was like going the wrong way on the runway at one point, and now this week he crossed a runway as a plane was landing, which is like big time no. You're gonna get hit by a fucking plane. And there's actually audio of the control tower being like, 9UHW6, what are you doing? And it's like, I'm crossing the path. And they're like, what? We told you to stop. Why are you going?
We told
and
you
he's
to
like,
specifically not do that.
And he says like, oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize that. But like at a certain point, Harrison Ford, this is nuts, man.
Yeah.
Figure out how to fly a plane or stop flying planes.
I assume isn't he the one that like whenever there's like a fire, he's like, I'll join the firemen.
How much is Harrison Ford doing in his fucking prop?
I don't know. I still just love the fact that he wears an earring and it's just like, ooh, you're not Han Solo.
He's cool. He's not Han Solo.
Earrings
He's
are dope,
cool.
but yeah.
But Harrison Ford, figure it out. He's like my favorite guy of all time, and I hate to see like how many close calls are we gonna have before it's like Harrison Ford decapitated by plane propeller straight out of Indiana Jones 1 when he pushes the big bald dude with the mustache into the plane propeller. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, he's also there's something about. There's just something to be said of like, you're right. He is still flying them, even though like
I can only imagine airports right now are the least crowded they've been ever.
Oh yeah, well you see
Right?
that you see Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, they sold all of their stock. They owned 40% of Southwest. They sold all of their airline stock, all which is like it's insane.
So we got no planes even at the airport, and Harrison's still running into guys.
But it's probably the best time for Harry because there's no planes there, and which means the skies are open. Although, I mean, you would think around our house that like everybody, you think that the airports are bustling. Yeah. The amount of people who are taking this whole quarantine as a good time to, they are self-isolating. They could not be further away from people.
Yeah.
Besides the space station guys, and even them, they're usually with each other. If you're flying solo on a plane, you're really self-distancing.
That's about as good as it gets.
It's good.
As good as it gets.
Yeah.
We got another boycott this week.
What happened?
Boycott TC. AMC theaters have boycotted all Universal movies going forward.
What?
It's actually a massive deal.
That is how did I not know about this?
I don't know. You gotta talk to those guys that you got on the streets, your birds. So this week or maybe like a week or two ago, the Universal movie Trolls World Tour. They're these troll movies, I guess.
Yeah, dude, people love them. Apparently
people
they're
love
good.
them.
Apparently they're really good.
They're trolls running around doing troll stuff. I don't really know.
Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick, I think.
See, you guys got those movies.
Two juggernauts.
That's a great duo. But instead of, it was supposed to be coming out in theaters, and instead Universal put it out on demand, and it did really well. So Universal made a statement being
Damn
like,
it, this boomerang's too fast. One more time. There we go. Good. Sorry.
So Universal made a statement being like, because Trolls World Tour did so well, we're going forward going to be releasing movies in theaters, but also just straight on demand, way more.
Same time.
I think a little bit of same time, and there would be like some movies we're just going to put on demand immediately and not put it in theaters, or both.
Yeah.
And AMC immediately came out and was like, from now on, we will not show any Universal movies in our theaters, including Fast and Furious movies, Jurassic World movies. I mean, like, Universal has all the fucking movies.
Yeah.
So this is pretty nuts, because obviously there's other movie theaters, but like, that's pretty crazy.
No, it's absolutely insane. It's also very, very ballsy of AMC. The movie theater industry right now, which is taking a bigger shellacking than the airline industry, because it's just
They're
closed.
just getting nothing.
It's basically like I bet you there are still bowling alleys that are open, because you can't. But like, there's no movie.
Honestly, bowling is pretty good quarantine activity. No, you go 3 lanes apart. You go one every 3 lanes.
Yeah, but you got to under. The
I know we're sharing balls, but maybe bring your own ball policy.
I was gonna
BYOB.
say, everybody has to BYOB, because otherwise I usually will use one ball for my first roll.
Well, you got the different
and
weights.
a different one for the second one.
You find your weight, and then
because I don't know how to bowl too.
But you find your weight, and then it's like, which ones are the fingers not fucked up? Because some, like the fingers hole, are like, why are the fingers? It's only like an inch deep.
Yeah.
Why would you make a bowling ball like that?
And some of them, I have pretty large hands. Some of them, it's like, why am I? Is this Andre the Giant's bowling ball?
Yeah, tiny.
Why am I swimming in them?
Oh, like that. Yeah.
Well, no, like where it's like, whose fingers are this?
Are
big?
these supposed to fit? What Italian Polak?
What?
You know what I mean? Big sausage fingers.
Oh, big sausage fingers.
I'm thinking Tony Soprano.
I was like, what are you talking about?
But pretty nuts. This fight. I think the Universal is totally wrong, thinking that the success of Trolls World Tour is I love the name, by the way.
Yeah.
That has anything to do with future movies.
Also, tell me, so that's the name of the movie.
It's Trolls World Tour. I think it's a sequel to a Trolls movie where they're a band now. I don't know anything about the Trolls franchise.
All I know is that some people I know love it.
There we go. I'm sure they're
And
fantastic.
they swear by it.
But I don't think that that's really a marker for movies doing well, not going in theaters, because we had younger siblings growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Kids and on demand, it's just not a good mix.
Yeah.
They don't understand that when you buy a movie, you then own it.
Mm-hmm.
Kids want to watch the same movie over and over again. So logically, like, they just go and search that movie and buy it over and over again. I mean, I'm sorry. We must have, what movies did we buy the most? CJ bought.
Our youngest brother would just rent and rent and rent the same movie and over and over again.
The same movie over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a sip of something.
Take a sip of something. I'll talk to the people. Riley Part 1 says, what are we talking about? We're talking about Universal and AMC and the Trolls movie, and then Henry started going into a thing about how we are used to buy movies over and over again. But I actually was going to say, sup, John McCullough. I was actually going to say, I don't think that happens anymore because I think there's now YouTube and Netflix, and I think it's just people are watching the same Netflix movie over and over.
No, but like
and over
the
again.
Trolls World Tour made a shit ton of money, made like $100 million on demand.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I think 25 million of that
100
is
million
a
on
kid.
demand?
Yeah, I think 25 of that at least
Yeah.
is the kid is buying the movie 3 times because you want to watch it over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. We haven't been in the renting game in a long enough time that I
Video
don't-
on demand, I have absolutely no interest.
Yeah.
I can find it online illegally for free, or I'm going to see it in theaters, and if not, I'll find something else to watch. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, the
Yeah.
$3.99, it just doesn't appeal to me.
Except when I rationalize, like, it's $3.99 and
We bought the Eagles documentary the other day for $3.99.
worth every
Had it been
penny.
$4.99, no chance.
There's a certain.
Staying clear.
I mean, there also used to be a time where it was like, okay, it's $3.99 for the, or it'd be $1.99 for the movie, and then it'd be like $5.99 for an HD. And at the time, it'd be like, okay, I'll watch it in standard def. But now it's like, I mean, I'm not going to watch something in
I
standard
need the
def.
HD.
Okay, I
It's
got a
like
4K TV. The standard def, you couldn't even. You see the pixels.
Yeah, what are we
I don't
talking
want to
about?
see the pixels.
I want to see the blemishes on their
I
faces.
want to see Glenn Fry tell me about how it was really just him and Don Henley, and Don Felder was just riding their coattails.
Just an ass. Just an ass.
Everybody should watch that Eagles documentary. It's really good.
Moving on. Kendall Jenner in the news this week because she's hanging out with Shaboy Devin Booker, star shooting guard of your Phoenix Suns. Kendall Jenner has a long list of tall, athletic, basketball-playing exes, as you know, I assume.
I've been watching a lot of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I keep on saying to Michaela,
There we go.
what is Khloe Kardashian still doing dating big men in the NBA?
I don't
Because
know.
it's not like she hasn't
Kendall's a small forward to shooting guard kind of guy.
But yeah, and
Or
Khloe,
to guard.
Khloe
Guard forward.
I think you're pretty safe dating a guard, but when you're dating like a Tristan Thompson or Lamar Odom, if you're dating like power forward,
There's a
center,
big difference between
like
1, 2, 3, and the 4.
Like there's just a difference, and it's like they should try a different position.
I agree. Go
Yeah.
smaller. Go
Yeah.
smaller. And you don't need that. Doesn't mean height.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner went to Ben Simmons, point guard, 6'10" though. So you can
6'10"
still
point
get
guard.
that height. You can still
Yeah.
get the body you want.
Yeah,
Just move down on the rotation.
but the guy isn't just focusing on his post moves. Like
Yeah.
get somebody who can shoot the three.
Who can shoot the three? Who can dish? And who can just move?
Who's
Who's fluid?
If you have a good shot, if you're a 3-point threat, you're usually good at like dinner conversation.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kendall Jenner, people are ragging on her because it's like she dates a new NBA player like 1 or 2 a year. It seems like. So her list is pretty impressive. For a while, it was just the Lakers. It's just whoever was young on the Lakers.
Yeah,
But everyone's basically calling her slut, being like,
she's great. Yeah,
there's all these videos of it's like someone passing around something, and then the caption is like NBA players tossing Kendall Jenner around. So she responded to that,
yeah, with the best response ever.
being like, people act like I'm not the one choosing to throw my cooch around or something.
What'd she say?
She used the word cooch. They act like I'm not in charge of where I throw this cooch.
Which is the perfect response.
You think it is?
I am so Team Kendall. Yes.
Okay.
That is the perfect. That's hilarious. People act like I'm not. I don't know where to throw this cooch. I forget what it was.
I just don't think that's what
Already.
people are saying. I don't think people are being like, you're getting passed around. I think people are like,
I-
you're a hoe.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and
Which isn't a bad thing.
and she's
not a bad thing.
And she's saying, yeah,
If there's a certain group of guys to be a hoe around, NBA stars,
yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
At least you're not doing it with the truckers down at, whatever.
Yeah.
You're not in fucking bumfuck.
I'm so Team Kendall though. So I
don't think anyone's
fully-
anti. I don't think anyone's not
I
team.
don't know. You're sounding like you're really going after Ken. I also think that I was saying this last night. I think Kendall and Kylie Jenner should create a show where it's like it's called Ken and Kyle, and the two of them go undercover as guys, and it's the Ken and Kyle show.
Pretty tough to hide those booties as guys.
True,
But
but I'm sure they'll find a way. They're fashion icons.
it's like Undercover Boss or whatever.
yeah, but it's Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner.
Ken and Kyle.
Yeah, Ken and Kyle.
So I decided because people started going through which celebs have the best list of exes.
Mm-hmm. The
So
Counting
Kendall
Crows lead singer has a crazy amount.
does he?
Yeah.
I went women.
Okay.
So we got Kendall Jenner. Her list is pretty good. Harry Styles. Need I say more?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the basketball players. So she had Kyle Kuzma, Jordan Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell, Blake Griffin, Ben Simmons, and Devin Booker. Pretty good list of players.
That team,
The couple misses.
they're all together. I think they're
That's a solid team.
they're going to the conference finals.
Bring them to Rucker. Bring them wherever you want.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Clarkson, bit of a slip up. I think they were just local.
Yeah.
I think just local.
Yeah.
She's also dated A$AP Rocky and Justin Bieber. So pretty good. That's a pretty good list.
That's a very good list.
I think she's like 24, 23.
Something like that, but yeah, that's a very good list.
That's
very
pretty good.
impressive, yeah.
So I went through some of the other the top lists. I wanted to ask you which you think who was the best list of exes.
That's going to be tough to beat.
That's going to be really tough to beat,
Yeah.
right? So you think.
Mm-hmm.
So after Kendall Jenner, let's go to her sister, Kim Kardashian. Reggie Bush, Nick Lachey, who when she dated Nick Lachey, that was 98 Degrees.
Peak 98 degrees.
Owned the radio.
Yeah.
Ray J, who if nothing brought us a fantastic sex tape, clearly was pretty good. Nick Cannon, John Mayer, Cristiano Ronaldo, Chris Humphries, Miles Austin, and Kanye West.
So
Pretty good.
But what you really have there is John Mayer, Kanye
Exactly.
West,
You have more-
and Cristiano Ronaldo. She did Ronaldo?
Apparently.
Those
That guy, I mean,
Because
talk about another god I wouldn't mind cozying up to.
I'd say the rest of them are, it's like not even a part of the conversation.
Well, Miles
Those three
Austin,
are pretty good.
what I mean? Chris Humphries, John Mayer, woo. Kanye, woo. Then we have Kate Hudson, who good for Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson's good looking. But like this is a list of certified studs. A-Rod, Adam Scott, so she has range.
Yes.
You don't see that kind of range with a lot of these women.
Very rare.
Like you go from alpha male to hilarious. He's handsome, but is he
Plays the beta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lance Armstrong,
Okay.
back peak Lance too.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, R.I.P. Justin Timberlake, Baron Davis, former point guard for your Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And your Charlotte Hornets.
Great beard.
Dax Shepard and Owen Wilson. So that's pretty fucking. That's good.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty damn good.
That's I think is just about tied with Kendall Jenner right now.
So then we go to Taylor Swift, John Mayer.
Yeah.
John Mayer being on this list, by the way, twice as a guy.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Caps off to you.
Well, I think his list is pretty insane.
John Mayer's list is nuts.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever
You want to
walked the red carpet
why?
has
'Cause
had
apparently-
sex with John Mayer.
Because apparently he's a great guy.
Apparently he's awesome.
Yeah.
Apparently he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Also, everybody wants to hear "Your Body's a Wonderland" sung to them.
I
He's
think
like,
he,
"My
I think
body's
he
a
said that
Wonderland?"
before. I think he's like,
Yeah.
there's no one can get ass easier than I can because I have this song.
Yeah.
It's like, thank you for admitting it.
Yeah.
Such
a good song.
I can't imagine what I would do if he sang it to me. Taylor Lautner, which isn't really impressive anymore, but at the time, cool.
The dude has an 8-pack, still very impressive.
Joe Jonas, Harry Styles, another two-time member of this list. Connor Kennedy, Calvin Harris, and Tom Hiddleston. So pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But the difference between Taylor Swift and like a Kate Hudson stuff, you date Taylor Swift, like this isn't gonna work out. I'm gonna get a song written about me, and she's gonna hate me forever. That's just kind of how she does it.
It's like with Adele.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like did we talk about how Adele's ex-husband is now like he took like half of her stuff?
No.
Yeah, and I must have been talking with Mikhail, but they literally. So here's the debate, and here's a little bit of a pivot right here. So Adele got divorced from her husband. Her husband, I think, got like half of her stuff in the divorce. So her husband made like
Good.
$50 million, $100 million, whatever. So the question is like, okay, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, how did he get that? And here's my argument for it. There's an argument to be made. She really only releases an album after she goes through a messy breakup. Did she date him with the specific intention of breaking his heart, which is malicious intent?
I was gonna say, I think you can prove that in a court of law.
Breaking his heart, ending this thing, and if so, I mean, if all these songs are about him, I mean, he is entitled to some of it.
Pending on jury selection, I think that he's due a good amount of money.
I think so. Well, he wanted a good amount of money, and she was very, very upset about it. There's a lot of pictures of her.
Probably wrote a
screaming.
sweet album.
I'm ready for it.
Probably wrote a really cool album.
The last time I remember I was driving to Bed Bath & Beyond because I was working as a PA when her last album came out, and I heard Hello for the first time. I was like, music has changed forever.
It will never be the same.
Take in everything you thought you knew. Forget it.
It's now changed.
It's now different.
And then last one, and I think this is the winner. I think so. Cameron Diaz.
Cam.
Chris Angel.
Okay, done.
Right? Just having Chris Angel on this list.
She dated the Mind Freak?
She dated the Mind Freak. Like, I mean, Hall of Fame.
I mean, that must be exhausting, though, because you're always looking around like, where
100%. What's going to pop out of this guy's fucking hand?
Exactly.
Did you hide a playing card underneath my skin?
He was a big fan of going just like above and beyond, where he would just like take the razor, cut his arm, and pull something out of like his skin. And it was just like...
I'm pretty sure you put that in there, dude. I don't think that was magic. I think you put something in your arm.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
Which is so... dude, you would have gotten a very similar effect out of just being like, it's in my hand. You didn't have to cut yourself.
Yeah, you didn't have to go that far, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. So we got Chris Angel, David Blaine. I'm joking. Damn it! I thought you were gonna be like 2 magicians.
I didn't hear it.
She didn't. David Blaine.
That'd be cool though.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Gerard Butler,
She's got a real magic fetish.
Bradley Cooper, Matt Dillon, Jared Leto, Justin Timberlake, A-Rod, and Benji Madden.
A-Rod's on the list twice too.
A-Rod got around for a while.
Yeah, A-Rod's awesome.
Jeter was the guy who apparently sent baskets of flowers to girls after he stooped them.
He's probably the baseball version of LeBron and Tom
I
Brady.
think so too. He had a pretty sweet thing going.
Pretty sweet run for a while.
Pretty sweet run for a while.
I think she might win. She dated King Leonidas.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz.
And the Mind Freak.
Yeah.
And A-Rod.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't really top that.
It's pretty
list.
good.
Yeah.
It's diverse.
Yeah.
You're in the world of magic. You're in the world of acting. You're in the world of punk rock. You're in the world of, you know what I mean, baseball.
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner,
She's sort
change
of
your
in the
lane.
NBA.
You have one lane.
She's sort of in the NBA.
Switch it up or go WNBA maybe. Ooh, G League. You know, I don't know, something arena football.
This would be a very different conversation if all of her guys were G League guys.
Yeah, it would be vastly different.
I don't think we'd be talking about
I
it.
wouldn't address it.
No.
Moving on. Speaking of basketball, we got 2 more episodes of The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary tonight.
Oh, I think only 2 more left.
No, 2 tonight, and
There's
there's
4 more after that.
and these are supposed to be the 2 big ones because I think we talked about it last week. The one thing people are being critical of is they're basically like, you're not telling us stuff we don't already know. Everyone wants to know about Michael Jordan's gambling, about like all the dirty stuff that has been rumored that we don't really know because he's never talked about it. Are we going to talk about that? And so tonight's episodes, we'll see. This is kind of the test. I'm loving it no matter what. I think it's just awesome. But this is kind of the test for all the haters. One of those haters, Jack, no other than your boy Ken Burns.
The documentarian?
Ken Burns, famed documentarian. If you ever have a VHS documentary series in your basement like we did, whether it's on the Civil War or the history of baseball or Vietnam now, that's Ken Burns.
Ooh. Elena also said that this is when Kobe will be talking.
Kobe's going to be on tonight's episode too.
Wow.
That's going to be rough.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough.
Yeah.
But Ken Burns basically makes every good document. He makes like 15-hour documentaries about history.
Yeah, and he was the first guy who did it.
And he's not even that old.
Tiger King doesn't exist without Ken Burns.
No, Ken Burns is history, basically. And he basically said so. Ken Burns kind of whipped his cock out and was ripping on The Last Dance. So when they made The Last Dance, or in the making of The Last Dance, Michael Jordan, the only real reason he signed up to do it is because his, Jordan brand partnered with the producers and stuff, and he has Final Cut. So Michael Jordan is allowed to take anything.
Don't like that.
So Ken Burns was like, that's fucking criminal. He was like, I'm not going to watch it because who gives a shit, because that's not journalism. And I hate when people, go all spotlight and get all defensive about journalists being heroes. But at the same time, it's like, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're in charge of your own documentary.
The integrity of the
It's just whatever story you want to tell. So Ken Burns was talking about it. He said, if you're there influencing the very fact of it getting made, it means that certain aspects that you don't necessarily want in aren't going to be in, period. And that's not the way you do good journalism. And it's certainly not the way you do good history. My business.
That's fucking badass.
That is a daddy pimp walking line right there. My business. Like, I can only imagine, I'm pointing at my chest right now. I can only imagine he was doing that. My business.
My business.
When he was talking in the interview.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's offended
Yeah.
that you would tamper any part of history.
Yeah.
Because if it's history, if it happened in the past, that's his.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you're not going to give it the respect it needs, Ken Burns doesn't want any part of it.
That's like Angus Young being like, your guitar was out of tune the entire time. And
Yes.
It's like, fuck, man.
Yes.
Angus Young?
Ken Burns?
Ken Burns?
So Ken Daddy Burns, not a fan of The Last Dance. And I kind of agree with him.
Why?
I agree that it's kind of crazy that
I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, though. Although
I don't care because
fair,
I just want to watch it.
To be fair, we'll watch it regardless. But to be fair to you, I also was like, everybody kept on saying The Outsider is going to suck. It's gonna fizzle out. It's not going to be a good ending. And I was like, no, I have faith in our friends at HBO, and everybody was right except for me, because man, that ending sucked.
The Outsider blew.
Dude,
Fuck The Outsider.
The first 6 episodes, honestly, the first
I
9 episodes,
was
was dope.
all in.
Yeah.
I dove in head first. 3, 4, 1, 2. I went through 5.
So in. I would do laundry every night, every Sunday night, and be watching it up here before I go to bed, and just be so freaked out going to bed. It was
a
so
scary
good.
show. It was a scary show.
And then the last episode, it aired, and I did laundry, and I was watching it, and I was just so pissed off going to bed.
Just upset.
It was
furious.
It was like Game of Thrones, except Game of Thrones, at least you knew 4 episodes into the last season, like, oh, this sucks now.
You
Like,
know,
you knew it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like Game of Thrones, I'd given up before the last episode.
And now I think they're going to try to make another season of The Outsider, and it's like, you've lost my business.
Yeah. But maybe
You've
it's-
lost my business.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of the things where it's like actually, I don't know.
Season 2 gets better. I'm probably going to fucking watch it.
I'll
'cause I
be
hate
back
myself.
giving it the benefit of the doubt. I will. I know. And I will be heartbroken again. And
Piss me off.
yeah.
Piss me off.
Mm.
Moving on. Speaking of people hating on people, we got another big petition. Robert Downey Jr. trending. People demanding an apology for Tropic Thunder. This kind of rolls
again?
around every 8 to 15 months.
Do you think that they eventually will get to the point where they are like, and you can't watch the movie anymore?
I think this is going to keep happening because every now and then someone's going to find Tropic Thunder that didn't know that it was a thing and be very upset and do a call to action, and people are going to, there's not a lot you can say about the logic of like, why was he allowed to do a blackface character in a movie when, Disney is still getting shit on for a movie with blackface in the fucking 40s. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well,
what are the rules?
There's a huge difference.
Oh, there's a massive difference. That's what I'm saying.
Because the other thing too was like they can at least say that they were making fun of.
No,
people who
exactly.
would
It's a
do that.
satire, and everyone thinks it's fucking funny,
Yeah.
right? Like Robert Downey Jr. at least has said like, it's not like people
Yeah.
no one's calling me racist for the most part.
Robert Downey Jr. said that his wife was like, "Don't do it,"
Yeah,
and he was like, "I'm gonna do it."
I mean, it was a gamble, but I don't even remember it being a big deal at the time. I don't know if we were old enough. I think I was in like 8th grade, 7th grade,
Yeah,
so I don't even really remember it too much.
great movie.
But I think that there's a chance that's a banned book
Yeah.
eventually.
I could see that happening.
It depends how things sway. It depends.
I wonder.
Because Always Sunny in Philadelphia did multiple episodes with blackface,
Yeah,
but they're making fun of doing it.
and they're also really grandfathered in.
Yeah,
Because Tropic Thunder's a movie, it's hard for it to be like Blazing Saddles is grandfathered in of like it's making fun of it, everybody's aware, and it's Blazing Saddles. What are you gonna do? It's like South Park, Always Sunny, I think is there too. Dave Chappelle, I think all those guys are grandfathered in with all of that stuff. I feel like Tropic Thunder, it's weird because it was like people love that movie, but there isn't like a like Blazing Saddles. There's like a bunch of people are like, oh, funniest movie of all time.
Oh yeah, there's a huge cult following.
It's like Caddyshack.
Yeah.
And like all the Mel Brooks movies, I almost said Mel Gibson movies, but all the Mel Brooks movies, there's like a following enough that there are the people who are like, nope, I will die before I let this movie get like banned or anything like that.
I think it all comes down to how likable you are. Robert
Yeah.
Downey Jr. is really likable, so it's cool.
Fun fact, you know who wrote Tropic Thunder?
Justin Theroux.
Justin Theroux.
Yeah. Jennifer Aniston's ex-beau,
Mm-hmm.
the dude from Wanderlust and Your Highness.
Yes. Your Highness is a great movie.
And what's that movie? The Leftovers.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what he's really known for.
Yeah, Leftovers was dope.
Leftovers in here.
Moving on. Carole Baskin from Tiger King
Fuck yeah, what happened?
gave her first interview this week, and it was all a fucking setup. It was a trick. So these two YouTubers.
Alyssa Bloomberg said, I've never seen two boys want to get canceled as much as you two do. Very true.
I think we're keeping it within the lines.
Yeah.
Carole Baskin though did an interview with these two British YouTubers who tricked her into thinking she was doing an interview with Jimmy Fallon. This is a fear of mine. Not that anyone is ever going to try to prank me into something like this.
Yeah.
Like that used to be a big thing on radio and stuff. We used to be driving to school.
Was it
and
a
they
phone
would,
call?
What do you say?
Was it a phone call?
No, the way they did it, they were pretty clever. They could have done it even better. Like they fucked up a couple times.
Yeah.
But it's pretty impressive. So what they did is they got in touch with her. First, they left phone messages that sounded very real of being like, I'm a producer for Jimmy Fallon, all this stuff. Just wanted to get on a preliminary phone call, see if you'd be interested, all this stuff. So a guy does the phone call with her, and they exchange emails and whatnot, and they were just able to fake it, being like seeming like producers, being very professional. Everyone's stuck at home, so it makes sense to do a Zoom and someone's just in their living room and stuff. So they kind of set it up that way. And then for the actual interview, they got like every piece of content that Jimmy Fallon has done during quarantine from his house. So like anything he's done, show or anything over Zoom. And they took just every sentence basically and cut them up into individual things.
They did the old school.
Yeah.
The old school, what do you call it? Soundboards.
So they had a soundboard
E-Bombs World.
where it's like one button is Jimmy Fallon saying, hey, how you doing? And the next one is, really? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. And so they had all these Jimmy Fallon sound bites, which is, sounds like, oh, that's easy. But when you're talking to somebody and you're looking for the response, like that could be really tricky.
Yeah.
So they had her on a Zoom with the guy pretending to be the producer, and then she wasn't looking at Jimmy Fallon. There was they did a fake screen that looked like it was like NBC's control room kind of thing. So it's just a phone conversation, but she's on camera.
I love that.
So she's on camera, and they're like, okay, and presses the button, and it's like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, this is crazy. So glad we can talk.
That's yeah.
And Carole Baskin's like, hi, Jimmy. Thank you so much for having me. I'm this and that, Carole Baskin.
God, that is horrifying.
And they fucked up once. There was this one point where she said something that I think they didn't have a response to, and they were like, oh, how are you? Or something.
Yeah,
and she goes, what? And but she just said, what was that? And they had enough time. They threw another question out.
Yeah.
So they got by it. But like nerve-wracking as hell. I mean, she has not done a single interview since Tiger King. This is the only interview.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that I'm sure.
I think she knows no matter what she says, no one will ever be on her side.
Well, she killed her husband, and everybody knows that.
She killed her husband, and again, it's the likable thing. She's so unlikable.
And
she just sucks.
And I've had many a debate about this. The reason why she's not likable is because she just is trying to act like she's like a saint.
She's fake.
When
she's a phony, Jack.
And if she was like, yeah, we're all terrible, like Joe, and they're all, if she acknowledged the fact that it's like, oh yeah, we're all hypocrites and we're all, but she is such a hypocrite.
She's just so high and mighty.
She
for a murderer.
Yeah, I don't know, and I it's weird that I'm Team Joe, but I'm kind of Team. Who's the guy?
I'm Team Doc Antle.
I'm Team Doc Antle. He really seems to know how to take
care of tigers. The guy likes kinky sex. We're going to throw him in jail for that?
We're going to toss him in jail? Sorry, yeah.
And these rumors that he's putting people or cats in like incinerators.
Rumors.
Let's look into it, but these are rumors. This is America.
As of now, it's hearsay.
All right, this is America.
And I wouldn't be shocked if those rumors started with Carole Baskin.
All right, this is the same country that Adele's husband can get 50% of her profits.
I think that was England, but yeah.
Okay, we're pretty similar.
Very similar.
We got rights.
We got rights.
And rules.
Yes.
So don't fuck around.
Okay.
I
forget what we were talking about.
I did too. Okay. All right. Moving on. Last thing. Rick and Morty is back. Who knew? Who knew? Isn't that crazy that we didn't know that?
Are you as excited about Rick and Morty as you once were?
Not even close.
Right?
Not even close.
It just
before last season came out, and I know it was like a 2-year gap, I was jacked to the tits. I found out yesterday Rick and Morty was coming out tonight. And I didn't even text. I was like, I didn't tell. I told Matt, I was like, hey, Rick and Morty's coming out tomorrow. And we were like, that's nuts that we didn't know that information.
It's weird that it happens with it happened with Family Guy too. I remember I used to just like love Family Guy, new episodes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happens, but you just like, now it's like I haven't seen the last 90 seasons of it.
The Rick and Morty guys are just kind of dicks.
Yeah.
Like I've never understood why it's like, okay, only 6 episodes. Like, we'll see you later, I guess. Like, if we want to make the show again.
You know what it is?
It's like, we want to watch your shit.
It's also the fan base. Because the Rick and Morty fan base, it's like
really pretentious assholes.
They're like famous for being like, it's actually like a show that you have to be.
You wouldn't
smart
get it.
To get.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
It's almost to the point where it's now like a cliche.
They also, I know, like Justin Roiland and what the other dude, Dan Harmon, are like making other shows. And I saw they made another cartoon that looks the same fucking thing as Rick and Morty. It's like, guys, just make the show that's working. Make this one.
Yeah.
And then make another one.
Money.
Like, and it's not going to be that good. I think this is a one-hit wonder. Like, I think Justin Roiland's super funny, and they're great.
Yeah.
But like, you hit dynamite, you hit gold. Don't stop digging.
Yeah.
There's more down there.
I'm excited for it though. I'm excited to watch it, but I will forget about it until.
Well, it's on at 11:30 tonight. So
what?
It's 11:30 on cable.
I mean,
isn't that ridiculously late? That's like when you got like Girls Gone Wild and shit.
Yeah, that's when you're at in the hotel and
waiting for the Girls Gone Wild commercial.
The commercial on Comedy Central at like it's on repeat at like 2 a.m.
And you're watching some rerun, just waiting for the commercial breaks.
Just cut to commercial.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
There was the guy in the Girls Gone Wild commercial. So I was always like, get out of there, guy.
Mm-hmm.
The host wanted too much FaceTime, camera time on the Girls Gone Wild commercials.
He fun fact.
He got arrested for something, right?
Who met at the Girls Gone Wild? Oh, Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. They met at a mutual friend's house at his like Mexican beach party or whatever. And the guy who created Girls Gone Wild.
No way.
And I was like, what are they doing with that guy? Isn't that guy like supposed to be like the shadiest guy in the world?
Nice.
I mean, the whole thing is so shady.
The whole thing is crazy shady.
Y'all are drunk. Here's a bunch of money, and
I don't think they even really pay him.
I'm sure very, very little.
I think they just go wild.
I
think they just go wild.
They just go wild, Hen.
It's like that Sunny episode where it's like you give them a T-shirt and they will go wild.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mardi Gras has been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Centuries almost.
Seems like it.
I don't know. I don't know how long Mardi Gras has been a thing.
That's the pod.
Yeah, that is the pod. Good good stuff. Hope everybody's doing good.
We gotta get another fan in here. It gets toasty by the end of this thing.
I know. Well, we have that fan, but
I'm
it's
sticky.
just noise. Once again, we are switched up our Instagram stuff. We're now at the O'Shea Brothers. We're gonna start posting on there tomorrow. We have a bunch of new stuff. Tomorrow's the official day when we're switching over to that guy. So if you guys haven't followed the O'Shea Brothers on Instagram, do that shit. We love you guys.
Awesome stuff. Only one thing left to say.
Kick it.
You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Bye, Jeffrey. Bye, tax evasion. Bye, bye, Jeffrey. Bye, Easinger. Bye, Alyssa. Bye, Reginald. Bye, Marlound, George, Vernon, all you guys. Y'all are great. Also, Alyssa, Pool Boy's still a thing. It's the other stuff that's not a thing. Or we're still Pool Boy. Whatever. Love you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna end the stream here. Yes.